What's up, Nation? Really appreciate you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. The question of the day or the question of the hour: will Dak Prescott get 32 million? Put the M on there. And my thing is, football is always about, hey, what the next guy is getting. It's nothing dealing with, okay, this is what you performed at, or this is what you should get, and things like that. Football is all about, hey, how can I get the biggest contract? Now, my thing is with Dak Prescott, you guys already heard me talking large numbers about, hey, just go ahead and pay the man, pay the man, pay the man. But, Cowboys sitting on their thumbs, so we're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with that. My thing is he worth 32 million? He's sure not worth 25 million. He's sure not worth 26 or 27. I think he's a little bit more than those numbers. I'm looking at Dak Prescott anywhere around 30 to 31 million. Now, I do know that I'm going to get a lot of heat. A lot of people say, well, he can't hit water if he fell off a boat, and he's only winning because of Ezekiel Elliott. That's not the case nor the scenario. My thing is, Cowboy Nation, the guy is a winner. And that's how you measure a quarterback. Do he win you games? Yes, who is this? Dennis, appreciate you too. What's up, man? Appreciate you, man. And he can make a lot of money on the side, but I guess the NFL, they don't look at it that way. Their agencies don't look at it that way. So far, he's only making over 100. I think it's like a little over 100,000 more than Rico gathers. So let me know who's more valuable, Rico gathers or Dak Prescott at this point. So Dak Prescott have never got a chance to see the money that the Jared Goffs are making or the Carson Wentz, who have yet to play a full season and also who have yet to win a playoff game. But a lot of people are pumping up Carson Wentz like he's the guy that can walk on water. And he haven't won anything. The Eagles have got rid of the only quarterback that ever won them a Super Bowl. They got rid of him. But we go back and forth with Eagles fans about, hey, who's better? And my thing is, naturally, you can see with your own eyes, you can look at everything realistically and say to yourself, hey, those guys were drafted in the first round for a reason. But Dak Prescott, my boy, he's a bargain out of a bargain of a bargain. You see, he was the fourth round pick, and he wasn't even the first out of the fourth round pick. The guy that was before him was Charles Tapper, who's no longer on his team. So we got a blessing that was rolled up to us and just sitting there for us to just take over. Yes, Steve, what's good, man? Appreciate you, man. He can't walk on water if it's frozen. Yeah, but would it be accurately? He'd be sliding everywhere. Now, my thing is, that's a good way to look at it. Or if you had Shaq shoes, right? They're too big and you can just walk on it. But my thing is, Cowboy Nation, who's Deshaun? He's reaching. And baby, he is. My thing is, Cowboy Nation, we still gotta roll with what we got, man. I'm thinking that this team, everything around Dak Prescott is great for him. Because we gotta look at it from these angles too, Cowboy Nation. Ezekiel Elliott got a spell back now. Tony Pollard. You got Randall Cobb. We also have Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. With those wide receivers and those guys who could run in between the splits as well, you got a better opportunity now for Dak Prescott to shine and blossom. Because my thing is, if you love what he was able to do with Cole Beasley, right? just listen to what I'm saying. If you love what he was able to do with that, now, you can close your eyes and imagine. Now you got somebody who's a little bit more dynamic than a Cole Beasley. You can line him up anywhere and can run just about any route that Cole Beasley ran. So what I'm saying is, Cowboy Nation, if you decide to say, okay, we're not going to pay this man, we're going to figure out a way to just squeeze him for this whole entire year, what's going to happen is his numbers are going to be better. His numbers are going to be better than what they exhibit and showed out in 2018. His numbers are going to be better in 2017. And dog it, his numbers are going to be better in 2016. So you playing Russian roulette. My thing is, go ahead and put the money down. Guys, look at the guaranteed dollars. There's always ways where you look at the overall contract is through the guaranteed dollars. And when you look at the guaranteed dollars, you'll see, man, Carson got 107 guaranteed. How can my guy get 108? It's just a reality. I have to say that because if you look at it from this angle too, DeMarcus Lawrence, Frank Clark. Frank Clark got more money than DeMarcus Lawrence. Is Frank Clark and DeMarcus Lawrence? No. But DeMarcus Lawrence been hurt. Frank Clark never been hurt, you see. So it's a similar situation. So if they're kind of close in the same wheelhouse, Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott, same wheelhouse. And then on top of that, Carson Wentz been hurt. My God, Dak Prescott, he haven't been hurt, let me knock on wood. But we looking at it from win column, Dak is winning. Interception to touchdown ratio, Dak is winning. Rushing touchdown, Dak is winning. You see what I'm saying? All of these things. Victor Jimenez, yes, I'm going to try to talk to Bronson today. I haven't figured out a time. I'm going to reach out to him so we can go live like 95. We can talk the real deal, Holyfield, and see what's on his mind, seeing why he's talking the way he's talking about the Cowboys. I always come up with this analogy too, you know, when you've been there before, you don't talk all of that money. You just sit back and just wait. And we've been there many a time, multiple times. The Eagles, they use their old World Series as it relates to being, okay, we do have more than one. But in the reality, the Eagles been around since 1933. So you really can't just say, okay, they got 3 rings and now we got 4 and all this stuff. No, Eagles, it don't work that way. It was only like 4 teams during that time frame, so you can't run around and parade with those particular World Series or World Champions, whatever they call it. It wasn't the Super Bowl. We use validation for our Super Bowls now, right? But last I checked, there was no expiration dates on Super Bowls. And then on top of that, you cannot discount the amount of times that the Dallas Cowboys dominated. Now, I know that everybody going to say, well, we haven't won anything since 1995. My only answer to whatever they try to dispute or try to debate is, well, since we haven't won since 1995, why? Why haven't you guys caught up? And my main thing is, and everybody know personally, that's with the Dallas Cowboys have been following this team for a long time. Jerry Jones is stubborn out of all you know what. So, you know, Jerry Jones is a very stubborn man. And as a fan, he bought the team financially. We only can buy in emotionally. Although we'll say, Jerry, don't do this. Although I can tell you right now, everybody in the chat box can say, hey, we all wanted Randy Moss. But Jerry was like, nah, I'm going to go with this direction, you see. Or we was like, hey, I don't know about this other guy that played for the Detroit Lions. What's his name, Roy Williams? We was like, okay, but he didn't show us enough. But it's a story of a different day, man. Jerry Jones do Jerry Jones type of things, and then Jerry Jones going and coming to reality of saying to himself, okay, ever since he inserted Will McClay, we see some more knowledgeable things going around in the organization. So I would give the Eagles fans this one little cookie if they want it. If you say, well, we haven't done anything since 1995, I'll give you that. But my only calling cry would be this right here. Financially, Jerry Jones put the whole NFL on his back. Because for those who out there who love brand deals and love Nike apparel and all this stuff, it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for Jerry Jones. I mean, endorsement deals, new stadiums springing up everywhere. It wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for revenue sharing. That's all Jerry Jones. So the guy's in the Hall of Fame because of his stubbornness and because of his willingness to also be that willing and dealing and the guy that makes moves happen. Man, appreciate you, Calvin Wilson, and appreciate you, man. He says, the talking heads are also our wackos. Dak deserved to be amongst the top paid NFL quarterbacks. Man, appreciate you, man. Yes, he belongs there. He needs to be there because everything else shows that he's there. But we always look at it from these angles and say, well, it's because of this, it's because of that. He don't get that longitude and latitude like everybody else. Yeah, so it's crazy. So we're going to come up with a time so I can talk to Bronson and we can see what his points of views are as it relates to the Cowboys and the Eagles. And I'm gonna give him the reality of the points of views of where the Dallas Cowboys really stand. And the educational piece, man, because a lot of people just fail to realize that without Jerry Jones, without that silver and blue, the Dallas Cowboys, without the revenue sharing, half of these teams would not even be here, like the Browns, the Bills, and the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Saints organization. Without that revenue sharing, they wouldn't exist. Now, the Eagles probably can stand on their own because they're an organization that does a lot of revenue building in their area, and also the Giants. Those two teams, they do bring in a lot of revenue to the NFL, but it's not even close to what the Dallas Cowboys do. Can you imagine, real talk? Let me just say this before I run. Can you imagine if Chick-fil-A was forced to do revenue sharing? If Chick-fil-A was saying, "Oh man, we got to share with the Taco Bells now. We got to share with Popeyes and KFC, and now we got to share with Whataburger is pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you, but now we got to share with McDonald's and Burger King. It wouldn't be the same, right? Chick-fil-A is doing all these wonderful things. Don't you think that would diminish their overall franchise if they have to be forced to revenue share? It's the same philosophy. The Dallas Cowboys are forced to revenue share. I'm not even talking about the salary cap. So you guys miss me with that. If the salary cap era didn't exist and revenue sharing didn't exist, it would only be a collective or a selective few teams that still left. The Pittsburghs, the Dallas Cowboys, the 49ers. Yes, indeed, man. So really appreciate you guys, man. Thank you all. Thank you for tuning in so much, man. One time, Law Nation, please just say, "We the North." Man, yes, we live in it. Hey, we take over the East, but we located in the West. But we got this thing going one way or another, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk. See you guys on the other side, man. And remember, you all are listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace. No Dak Ninja. What's good, fam? Shout out for the Calvin, man, for the donation too, man. Appreciate you, man. Let's continue to grow this thing. Yes, Chappelle, Steve, all y'all, man. Appreciate you.